Yeah, I kind of figured
Anyways,
that.
hey, we aren't actually done yet. The staff room now.
Oh yeah, Ryukishi! Ryukishi, you fuck!
No, I like these.
Alright, here, I'm gonna get my one more final. Hello! This is Ryukishi07. Thank you for playing Matsura Bayashi. No! Thank you very much for playing Higurashi When They Cry until the end. Matsura Bayashi is, in a way, the solution episode for the situation with Takano and the kids starting from halfway through Minagoroshi. How can they defeat Takano's conspiracy? How can they reach their ideal ending? I wrote this episode as a duel between you, the reader, and me, the writer.
Yeah, I'll fucking say.
So if you think you create a better resolution, world, than my Matsura Bayashi, that means you've defeated Ryukishi07 in this duel. I, Ryukishi07, have provided two solutions. One is how to fight against Takano. Resolutions, yeah. First, here's a hint for the Minagoroshi chapter. Find out about Takano's conspiracy, which relies on Emergency Manual 34. Next, here are hints from the Watanagashi and Miyakashi chapters. It's been 48 hours after Rika's death, yet the village is peaceful. Put those two things together, obviously the basis of the Emergency Manual, which Ifumi Takano wrote, that everyone developed terminal symptoms within 48 hours, isn't true.
Yeah, I said that. This entire thing was based on a lie.
Shit, right! Because back in that other chapter, she was dead for over those 48 hours, remember?
Mm-hmm. When you put those two together, you can realize that if Rika's body was discovered 48 hours after her death, it's also to prevent the final operation. In the Matsura Bayashi chapter, I wrote about an attacking side and a defending side like a novel. If I were to simply write about the resolution, all I had to write was for Oishi to announce that Rika died at least 48 hours ago, and Takano's conspiracy would fall apart once the news reached Tokyo. This is rather an easy resolution, like a puzzle, so I'm sure many of you got this right. The other resolution was the ideal ending for this world. To answer this, I have to explain the worldview of this story first. There are hints all over, but the crucial ones are in the Tatarigoroshi and the Minagoroshi chapters. Satoko's uncle comes home and Satoko's life becomes miserable. How can she be rescued from that situation? If the story was an exercise in murder, then the Tatarigoroshi chapter is the correct answer. Keiichi kills Teppei and hides his body. There's a happy ending. But it didn't end the episode that way, instead I denied it with a bad ending. The resolution the worldview of Higurashi, When They Cry, advocates, is a non-violent one, with everyone united together. That is established in a question chapters such as Onikakushi, Watanagashi, and Tatarigoroshi. In those worlds, when someone becomes suspicious about everything and worries about it alone, things get worse and that leads to a tragedy. The Miyakashi chapter is a sublimation of that situation. On the other hand, when one talks to their friends, feel that the causes of tragedies are quite silly. This is indicated in the Sumi Horoboshi and Minagoroshi chapters. In other words, can you see that the worlds of Higurashi, anything can be overcome when people talk to each other and help one another?
Shouldn't it be that way in real life, honestly?
Mm-hmm.
The power of
Unfortunately, that doesn't happen in reality.
Ooh.
Helping each other creates frictions, and oftentimes...
Oh, pardon me, that was right in the mic.
Working alone is a lot simpler. However, we always hope that we can connect with other people and understand each other, so we can face any difficulty. In that sense, this world is a fantasy. That's right. In the world of Higurashi, there is one magical rule. That is to talk to others and accept help from them. Then you can defeat anything. With that, it is possible to make a miracle happen. If that could be cast into an absolute rule, it would be a sort of magical, systematic miracle. It's like what Hanyu and her friends said in the story. This is the world view of Higurashi When They Cry. If you follow that rule and think about an ideal ending, I bet the first thing you'll think about is an ending where all the club members unite and defeat Takano. Actually, there are scenes in Matsura Bayashi chapter that affirm that sort of ending. However, at the same time, Takano is described as a very lonely person. By doing so, I raise the question about the resolution. Everyone else unites, defeats Takano, and makes her into a sacrifice. This is a happy ending, for everyone except Takano. It is a very popular style of storytelling for the protagonists to unite together and sacrifice the antagonist. Aliens come to the Earth to invade us, so the world unites and defeats the aliens. Hooray for the humans, we almost get along. This is a very popular storyline all over the world. There are plenty of stories that use aliens, devils, or monsters as clear bad guys and make them into sacrifices. Two pirates fighting each other will become allies once the third party shows up. Some storylines like these are indeed exciting. By adding a sacrifice, Differing parties unite and become allies to create this situation. Must always be after the third party, the sacrifice, as well. I'm sure many of those who created such stories must have already noticed that. We always add a third party, so that who can't possibly unite with us. To make up with each other, we try to find a common enemy. And am I the only one who feels that describes our world today? In reality, this world belongs only to humans. There are no aliens or devils or monsters. Just to find that enemy, we have to fight each other forever. To make up with each other, we need a new enemy. We just end up fighting somebody else. In this chapter of Higurashi, I declare that to be a demon I declare that to be the demon of the world of man. With these explanations of the worldview here in mind, do you wonder if the resolution of defeating Takano was in fact an ideal resolution of the Matsurabayashi chapter? That's right. It's basically the same foolishness found in Tatari Goroshi. According to that logic, the Minagoroshi chapter isn't the best resolution for the problems that surround Satoko either. Do you understand that? Wait. So, you think that the ideal resolution would be that Satoko simply makes her dad get better? Her uncle get better, I mean.
Wait, sorry. Is that what he's saying?
So, that's sort of what he's implying, because they're all ganging up against,
Tepe.
Yeah, Tepe. And he's saying that the true ideal solution would be to straight up convince the uncle to stop being abusive.
Wait. Can you go back in the history? Where is it saying this?
That is not.
Wait. Can you go back in the history? Because
If it is, he said ideal. He never said actual, reality.
AC, you know we have information that would prove that he thinks this.
Tepe Redemption
Wait,
baby! Can you open up the history? I want to reread that for a second.
Yeah, we all forgot about that, didn't we? No, we did.
No,
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually, I thought Go was just a rehash of Higurashi, so I didn't watch it.
Fucking planned this! This shit weasel!
How can they make...
Guess what?
I will
Tepe
make it
wants
clear
to
to
have his
people.
redemption.
I will make it clear to people. Higurashi Go. We've said this 1,000 times. Since we finished Higurashi, you still can't fucking watch it. It's got Umi spoilers and
How
Sikonia's
can they
spoilers.
make up with Takano? You wouldn't just to make Tokyo into a new enemy and let the club members join with Takano, would you? If we continue to talk about this issue, I'll probably end up mentioning something religious, so let me stop there.
Call!
Jesus
Zack Snyder,
Christ,
Zack Snyder,
Ryushi.
Zack Snyder.
Call!
One more, God rejected!
I am the bucket side you.
What kind of ending would be the best outcome following the worldview of Higurashi when they cry? Everybody goes out for ice cream. There's something better than the Matsurabayashi chapter. You can consider this a graduating question for Higurashi when they cry. Maybe I'll leave it as my final gift to those who enjoyed this tale for 4.5 years. Thank you for reading this extremely complicated story. In the end, what was this all for? Try to put the answer to that question in one word. It would be entertainment. It's not important if you were able to answer the riddles. After all, if you enjoyed yourself, you won. Ryukushio 7 will continue to challenge you. Higurashi When They Cry ends here. No, it doesn't. But I hope I get to see you again in a different world. What kind of work do I want to create next? Murder mystery.
The fucking best!
Maybe it's fitting to choose my next work from an infinite number of possibilities while listening to the chorus of the Higurashi. I want to express my gratitude to all the people who have supported me until today. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. And you will!
I'll see you tomorrow, dude!
Literally see you tomorrow. Same time,
Now we are
different
done.
place.
Now Higurashi has been defeated.
We did
What
it.
about Go?
No.
Ooh, that
Go
was
is
another
after Siconia.
Go is after Siconia.
Oh, and possibly Sotsu at that point.
Also, yeah, this is a fun.
going on?
There's actually something kind of funny I think about is that he specifically said the graduating question. Sotsu, I believe, means graduation in Japanese, which is the next season of Higurashi.
Wait, so what did he say specifically about Tepe? Because I missed that.
Basically, the idea
Oh my
of
god.
he said within Higurashi's worldview, the whole story is kind of like it kind of goes against the worldview that he set up, where it's like, hey, everybody should get along and be friends, and there should be no problems or enemies.
Didn't he say that
Yeah,
was...
in the ideal world.
Didn't he
that's
say that was
in the
like...
real world? There's always going to be that one person you kind of go, fuck that guy. Especially that one guy.
Basically,
who
the
likes to do
idea
that.
is him going, "Can't we all just get along?" And then
Yeah, but
includes
didn't
the
he also
being-
say that was a miracle? Like that it
Look,
would take a
no,
miracle.
Ryukishi, I
he said
get what you're saying.
that would be an ideal ending for him, basically.
Ryukishi, I get
The
what you're
ideal
saying.
world is there's no evil in the world, just like that one John Lennon song.
Ryukishi, I get what you're saying. I will dick down Takano in order to save the world.
Yes, he would say that.
In general,
May I?
He'd do that if it didn't mean saving the world, but still.
This can't be
Yeah,
copyright.
just let it play.
Alright, whatever. I'm probably going to take down a bunch of these from Twitch anyway.
So Orange, I think there's a
Dylan,
text
we just
scroll.
cut this
There's
out
a
of the
text scroll.
VOD.
There's a text scroll. You're gonna have to read over it.
Oh yeah, I am. I know.
You can't edit VODs, I think, or unless you mean on the YouTube.
I-
Report
on
on the
the
coup d'etat of
YouTube.
the Erie Institute proposal. Regarding the coup d'etat of the Erie Institute. One of the responsibilities of the Erie Institute, hereby the Institute, was administrations of Emergency Manual 34. Certain personnel, however, conspired to execute the manual under false circumstances and accepted bribes to do so. These individuals include the Institute Subdirector Mira Takano and First Lieutenant Okanogi. The authorities of the Institute. I can't read all this.
If you don't
Doing
want to read
good,
about it,
damn.
then like, do we want to just like fucking just give our general thoughts about this?
Let's just try and talk over the music.
Well, that's what I'm
Okay,
trying to talk about.
so happy
So,
endings
okay,
all
wait
around.
a minute,
I like
Okanogi
it.
was an accomplice.
Finally found their happy ending.
So
Yep.
okay, I think from the start we were gonna do it like I usually do it. Start up from top to bottom of the fucking Discord
Sure.
live chat. So, anyways, I guess since Orange is on top, Orange, you go.
Wait a minute,
first.
is this acceptable? If I may obtain your approval, I will report you to your residence tomorrow evening. Nomura.
Go.
Oh, so this
So
is
she totally threw her under
this
the
is a
bus.
report
That was
for
the whole.
Nomura. Okay.
So, go
So
ahead, Orange.
yeah, if I could start, so I'm not gonna, this is not like a miracle change, where I'm gonna suddenly decide, oh, this is so much better. Obviously, because this is like me doing my comparison mode. I still think Umi's better. This is pretty good. Like, despite my gripes and my issues with it, it's fucking good. I'm somebody who can appreciate good, cheesy, feel-good endings. It's definitely a pretty sharp contrast from what I kind of expected, because there's a scene in that opening thing where Takano's like bloody and holding the gun, and I assumed like, oh, she's gonna get fucking shot, huh?
I think I have a theory about
There's
that.
probably some console, because like there's an alternate ending on the console arcs. But we aren't
That's
gonna-
probably if we
we
fucked up the
remake-
fragments.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe someday, but definitely not today. Die! Hey, you're gonna do good shit. ZTS! They're gonna do some good
So-
shit next time!
Okay, so is that all, Orange, or do you
Sure,
still have
yeah.
a little bit more?
All in all, I would classify Higurashi as a... What the fuck, Nor?
As a vomit?
Anyways, as you were saying,
Ultimately, I definitely would say that this is like a solid... I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
it's
I
pretty
guess
solid.
I guess I'll go second. So Higurashi, I joined the book club like at the
Too
last
sad to
part.
be horny.
I joined at the last bit of the episode 1 for book club, and pretty much from the get-go, all I knew from Higurashi was apparently Rena was considered a yandere and shit like that. But getting down to it, like this story feels like it's. I feel like the general public kind of generalizes the story a bit too much, because like I don't feel like there's any yandere people in this fucking.
It's
visual
Shion.
novel.
Shion.
What?
She-
Shion
like-
maybe fits the bill.
I
but,
feel like the game definitely, the public opinion of it has definitely been influenced a little bit, because you just kind of see, oh look, there's Shion, she's so crazy and weird. Or, I'm sorry, technically it's Mion, because everybody sees the Mion thing, and that's really all there is to it. So they just kind of assume, oh, Mion's crazy.
Yeah.
This is technically Ho, I believe. Well, no, Ho, because it's the enhanced version of the game.
Yeah, Ho. That being said, I actually would consider this a 9 out of 10. Now, I had a weird thing because while we were going through Higurashi, I went through the entirety of Umineko.
Hmm.
So the comparisons between each I could make drastically. I will agree with Orange. I think Umineko hits better strives and is clearly a way better fucking paced and told story than Higurashi in its visual novel. That being said, the actual story of Higurashi, I would actually consider it like a 9, because I think it's a very heartwarming story at the end of the day, even though I feel like it does take a little bit of a cop out with certain like
Mhm.
elements and such. But even past that, I don't think it drastically ruins it too much because like
Oh.
you can have a bit of fun. Ooh,
The scenario jump mode is. Why did they use that one?
What the fuck was that?
The Tips reading room has been unlocked. The staff room is
Boing!
Boing. Unlocked a new tip.
Oh.
The Forbidden Treasure. Onigari no
Gary
Ryo.
Norio.
We got more reading to do.
So should I finish? Can I like finish my like thought because I've been
Let's just
interrupted
all
5 fucking
finish, and then we
times.
can do that.
Can I finish my thought real quick?
Sure, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I like Higurashi. I like Umaneko's story better because I think it's still better told and all that stuff. That being said, as much as I simp for Takano, goddamn, I felt like maybe they went a little bit too easy on her. But I guess that's kind of the point in the story. That being said, I think probably Rena is probably my favorite character in the entirety of the series because I think she's the most well written out of all of them. Because you feel for her story and background and all that stuff. I think it's a way better written than Shion's, because Shion's is kind of like, you're a stupid idiot. What the fuck are you thinking, Shion? That being said, Higurashi I still think is great. Orange, don't you have to go through all the fragments?
Yes, we're gonna do a lot of like zoom in a little bit. Here, let me get the guide.
Okay, so
Wait, are we doing this all?
We can talk over
no,
this.
we're not, guys.
We're literally not.
We are not reading through all the fucking tips again. You guys just keep talking. I'm gonna do some zoom in.
Alright.
Yeah, that's my personal thought. I'm excited to get through Umaneko. If I may get a little sentimental, I am kind of happy I joined the book club because this was a lot of fun to do. I'm glad I got to make it through a lot of the shit that happened, and like, you know, obviously we formed a friendship through reading this silly visual novel. So like, it's a bit saddening to get to the end of the story, but it's just the beginning.
Orange, can you mute this?
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. Here, the next one. Once the next one starts, just give me.
I was trying to give an emotional
I'm
delivery.
sorry. I'm sorry.
very loud.
There's
Sorry
a lot
to
of
cut
like
you off
audio
there.
shit here. I'm gonna fucking turn that off.
Just trying to give an emotional speech, and you guys are like, Josh, can we like interrupt you?
Yes, but Josh, your voice was being eclipsed by the music and the sound effects.
You can simply mute the stream. I have done as much myself.
Yeah, but I feel like even on the stream it would probably still eclipse it.
Anyways,
Anyway, go.
We're in zoom in mode.
So I very much appreciate the point we got to with this. I am happy that we got to do this. I effectively made friendships with you guys through reading this silly visual novel. So I genuinely thank you for fucking joining us on this journey because it's been a fucking ride. It's been so much fun. I can't wait for Umaneko because that's going to be a ride as well. And, you know, further on visual novels after we finish Umaneko, hopefully. So, yeah. Also, thank you for watching if you watched the last part. I know it's a little bit jarring for people to watch a fucking live reading of something that's fucking at the end.
Not at the beginning, yeah.
Keep in
That's
mind,
my
for
part.
people who don't know, this is very much like this is more or less like our test runs kind of thing, because we were like we very early on we did consider the idea of, hey, what if we streamed the whole thing, but we were kind of like a little hesitant at first because we weren't really sure like how long this was gonna kind of last, quote unquote. Because I don't know, I guess people were a little unsure if we were gonna finish it or not, but you know, we pulled through, and now we're gonna be reading the entirety of Umaneko together, so that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
We showed them wrong.
We showed
And
ourselves wrong.
And as one final thing I will say is that I have become furniture now that Higurashi is done, mostly.
Joshy's now
Metamorphosis
manifesting
into
into
cherry.
furniture.
Anton got anything to say?
Oh yeah, actually, get this part over with. Like, I also wholeheartedly agree with everything Digital said, and there is no way I could say that better than he could better than he could. My bad. But that aside, I feel like the only big cop out was the Satoshi thing, and even with that, you could explain that very easily. Like, you could build up to it, maybe even have some hints to it in the fragments. And be or have it where a mountain dog's like, hey, do you hear about that blonde kid in the basement? And even a little bit of that would have made it felt like at least a little built up to.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I think the only two places where Higurashi really kind of slowed down in quality for me Definitely like around the ending of episode 2, without the context specifically. Like, if you understand it, it makes a little bit more sense. But even then, episode 5 wasn't really that great. I'm just gonna say it. 4 and 5 kind of sucked ass.
Oh, I love them. I love them all.
You're my
Four, I feel is a
best
little bit more
friend.
tolerable.
I don't know. Part 5 was pretty iconic. Episode 5 was pretty iconic.
Believe it or not, like I know people will say like this is generally like this is probably like one of the worst episodes of the thing. It really isn't. It's just that
I love it.
It's kind of bogged down a little bit by this whole with the whole fragment system thing. This feels a little unnecessary.
Yeah, again, like what we were saying when we were doing this, if you had started with number 8, you literally could have gotten the entire story.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been the point.
I guess I don't know. I guess it's just like I've described it before as Ryukishi kind of having a terrible fear that you missed everything, and he definitely he really backed down on that a lot with everything else. I mean,
anything else? Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I just wanted to dent anything else. I thought you were done.
I was just saying, like, once again, I am in the party of Umineko. It's probably one of the best things I ever read, and I cannot wait until we get to it.
What about you, Bone?
Oh man, I loved it all. Like I fucking love like the beginning of part 1 was very slow for me, and but whenever it popped off. Like, and I remember like fucking hating Satoko. I fucking hated her. But then part 3 happened. I was like, oh my god, don't abuse Satoko. Oh, I love her. Stop abusing her. And I loved all the characters. Loved every story, even if it did get bogged down in some areas. I'm very excited to see how the next part will go in Umineko. I'm very interested. Also, Khan, at the very end, whenever we're closing out of the stream, there's a line read I want you to do if you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, just to clarify,
Okay.
we didn't mention the possibility of starting Umineko tomorrow. Did you want to still do that, Con? Or do you think you're gonna be too busy or whatever?
I think I'll be free.
All right, cool. I guess we'll just do a couple back-to-back sessions.
Okay. I should probably let my parents know I'm doing a session tomorrow.
No. Josh, you specifically were like, yeah, we'll finish it on Monday and then we'll do it Tuesday.
Oh fuck! I confused Tuesday and Monday. It's fine. We can start tomorrow. I don't care.
When are we doing that Halo Machinima thing that you were talking about?
Tonight.
Oh, cool. Anyway, I basically said my thing. Shelly, you go.
Okay, well, as I've said, I didn't read this beforehand, but I watched the entire anime, or at least the first 2 seasons, which is chapters 1 through 8, and then the anime does all the filler arcs, but we didn't do that. Anyway, it was interesting watching this, knowing all the stuff, but sort of like, I wanted to still like discuss it, so what I ended up doing was sort of like either playing dumb or making up theories I knew were wrong, you know, that kind of thing. Obviously, what I'm really excited for is that I have no idea what the fuck Umineko is, other than I know it's a murder mystery. That's it. So I'm really excited to go and read that with you guys.
Oh, by the way, can I mention one more thing?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna find it very interesting, like going through Umineko, because I did watch. I forget how much of the anime, but I did watch parts of the anime. I'm kind of worried, like some spoilers might get re-jogged in my memory, or not. I don't know. So that'll be very interesting. Anyway,
we'll keep quiet about them.
I will keep quiet.
I will say though. Here's the thing. I think as much as we kind of do rag on the Umineko anime a bit, but like some of it's fine, but there's a lot of shit gets wrong in the process. And I'll be real with you. There's the entirety of the Answers arc, which is untouched in the anime. So Answers arc is completely out of your wheelhouse. So like you will still have things that will not necessarily jog like a spoiler, but you'll like even if you, let's say you jog a spoiler from the anime, to be honest, I don't think the anime is going to ruin that much.
Oh, I don't think anything's going to get ruined for me. Like, even the stuff I remember, like, I don't remember the build-up. I don't remember why it happened.
Alright.
Anyway.
How many tips have you gone through, Orange?
I just finished the 18th tip. We're moving on to 19.
Oh, wow, that is fast. I was a little worried about that.
So, next person then.
I believe it's Kelly?
I
just went. Yeah.
Here he went through. similar to Shelly, I actually watched the anime after basically watching, oddly enough, an abridged series. During the early days of the abridged series, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I want to watch it. Oh, this is actually pretty good." But I never really understood the visual novel aspect at the time because I was like, "What's this? A visual novel? Okay." Years later, still like, "Oh, still good," but I just never understood some of the weirder context of the series. Then when I noticed the streaming, and when I noticed you guys did the reading, I'm like, oh, maybe I could rewatch this again, see how it go. And I'm like, man, there was some missing context I never understood from the anime, like all the little nuances of the story. You know, like the little individual like narrative concepts that they just skipped over in the anime, but yeah, I was actually surprised how this is actually was fully in depth to it, but yeah, I kind of got bogged down after a certain point, especially around episode 5.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I actually enjoyed the experience, and I love doing this.
Cool.
Alright. So, are you done, Crimson? If I may ask.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
pretty much, yeah.
I don't want to like be like, okay, moving on. Okay, so Khan, before you start, I do want to say I did find it fitting that you were the one to close out the entirety of the story because this all started because you and Orange made a bet about something, and
Yeah.
it was just I think it was you starting out exclusively reading almost the entirety of the visual novel.
I'll definitely admit I maybe shanghaied this whole thing a little bit.
Be honest, I'm not exactly a very good leader or anyone who could actually start trends. The only reason I started reading Higurashi was because I ended up making a down bet about Scott Pilgrim actually being rebooted, and son of a gun it did. I didn't expect that me reading a visual novel would bring all of us together like this. It feels great that we actually got through the entirety of Higurashi. Started this whole thing just last year. Now we finished it. Now we're moving on to another visual novel, and we're all greater friends because of it.
Christ, it's been a year, hasn't it?
Been a whole year.
By the way, Kaneko, I just want to applaud your ability, your voice acting skill. Just it's amazing. You're great.
Discord glitched out, and what I went to say was,
Come on,
yeah,
keep
next
letting
month
me go
is
on
the
the ground.
anniversary.
There go the waterworks again. Still, thank you, everyone. Hopefully, we can keep reading.
Oh, we will. We will definitely be reading.
We have like funny fucking visual novels to read.
If you want, I can pull up the list real quick.
Oh yeah, you can throw that up on
Yeah,
screen.
here, so let me remember which one I'm on, because I don't want to fucking skip any by accident.
I'm actually fucking crying right now.
Aww.
Yeah. I got a little emotional because like
it's not a bad thing.
It's like fucking. You know what? I don't care if this is spam. I'm just gonna post every single shit post I made during the entirety of the readings.
I think I just made like a shit post myself, but I'll be saving that for later for some reasons.
I'm not sure if I've gone full on crying during some of these parts, but there are definitely parts where it's hit me.
Alright.
Yeah, similar to
SDB
me
will
as
be
well.
skipping, I guess.
Hey, what?
SDB's gonna be skipping his like thoughts on the thing.
Ah.
So anyways, I can now take Higurashi off the list.
For now.
I think
What do you need for now?
No. We have a Mineko,
not
there's a
throwing the
Mineko
slide off.
Chiru, there's Sakonia, the first one at the very least. Higanbana 1+2. Iwahime 1+2. No, actually no, Iwahime is just 12 hours long. I have 12 next to it.
Is Higanbana even translated?
Yes, actually.
Damn it, why am I such an emotional bleed heart?
Because you care.
It's good emotional.
Because, yeah.
Rosegun Days. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Man, I'm glad something's messing with my internet right now, which delays the pace of which this image is being uploaded, because it would have been lost in the sauce that is these images.
And then let's see, I think in terms of like extras or like potential ones, there is Chaos Head, Steins Gate, there's the one I got called Sound of Drop Fall into Poison, Seiya no Uta with the Steam censored version specifically, the House of Fata Morgana, Raging Loop, Valhalla, Ace Attorney, The Letter, and Your Turn to Die, which are ones that Ones that I believe King Crimson recommended to me.
Oh yeah, that one was a good one.
And then there's like visual novel adjacent games we had in mind, which are kind of like RPG simulator games or
like
RPG
Night in
Maker
the
games.
Wood. Oh,
like Omori, Off, Lisa the Painful / Joyful,
Undertale,
Corpse Party. I think the only ones that we had are No Fate, No Danganronpa, No Homestuck, No Porn, and No Love.
Wait, why not?
That's
No
all
Fate?
fair.
Is it because Fate has no ports?
And no pigeon dating.
It's also
has
because
porn.
No, because
Fate
Fate
involves a
falls
lot
in
of
the porn
dead ends, and
category.
a lot of Fate also has wibbly wobbly, timey wimey
Her
interdimensional.
anus is defenseless is a line.
Yeah,
man, I can't wait until the
explain the
Kaiji reading.
that being said,
trying to explain the time
if that's
thing of that's more complicated than Higurashi.
That being said, hey, if
I
that
think the only sorry.
if that Tsukihime remake comes out, I'd gladly I'd gladly watch that.
It's the boy.
Whoa.
I'll be fucking cheeky, goddammit.
I think the only thing I have left to say is I'm really looking forward to reading Umineko with everybody.
Oh yeah, we're doing that tomorrow.
We are
I'm
doing
glad
it tomorrow.
to do this, actually.
No longer will their
Never
balls
read,
be blue.
Umineko.
My balls are
I am
red
furniture
hard.
now.
Oh god.
No longer
Well,
are
it's
my
because I
balls
heard the
blue.
Aaron
Finally,
Gordon.
I am set
Would justify
free.
it now.
Please
see a doctor.
Tomorrow, your rooms will be flooded.
With what?
With joy.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
That is a very worrying comment.
What do
But
you
my
say,
proud-
Robo?
Oh yeah,
Well,
Robo, it's your turn now.
Well, I just gotta say, I never expected to meet such good friends with such an unexpected hobby.
Yeah.
True.
Like before now, I just never really thought of visual novels. Like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Similar to me, yeah.
Yeah, just thank you guys for this experience.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Fun times.
Noir?
I was 28.
I have had a long and storied relationship with Higurashi no Nakakoroni. I remember this because I discovered it like I discovered half the animes I watched in 2002 on AMV Hell. Right next to
That's a pretty good
Hare
place
and
to find
Goo.
it.
Yeah, it's similar to me as well on other aspects.
Noir, the Higurashi anime came out in 2009.
Then I'm probably getting my numbers wrong. I remember I watched all of the first anime, and then I found out Kai wasn't dubbed, and I was sad. And then I went to the manga, and then the manga wasn't dubbed because I got to the final arc, and it was just like, hey, guess what? Matsuri Bayashi? Nope. Hasn't come out yet. Good luck. And so I just watched it subbed. And I got involved here because I just happened to notice one day in the voice chat that Onikakushi was on. And, well, the rest of it's basically history. I have been reading Umineko this whole time while we've been reading this, and it is great and beautiful, and I look forward to it.
Can I also just mention something how I discovered Higurashi because it's kind of funny?
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, so I was watching the Umineko anime, and there's apparently an Easter egg of, like, in the background, one of the characters is watching TV, and they're watching Higurashi. And I was looking at the comments, and it's like, yeah, they're watching Higurashi. And I was like, what is Higurashi? And then I looked up that, and that's how I found out about it, but I think I only watched the first arc.
Oh, can I say
thought that was
something
cool.
real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, yeah, that's actually remind me how I first heard about Higurashi. I was a really weird kid, like really into Mortal Kombat Fatality videos, of all things. Like I couldn't play the games because Mom wouldn't let me play them, but I watched the videos a lot, and it was weird. But as a result, Google recommended me Higurashi. Rena kills that the gold digger or whatever her name was. And it's like that was Rena, yeah. It's like holy shit, what the fuck is this? So I start the anime from the beginning, and I'm like, what? Because remember, I'm really way too young for this shit. I basically gave up on it because, episode 5 of the anime is when Keiichi beats his head's brains in, and then I was traumatized a bit. I came back to it, I think 3 years ago, finished the anime.
Oh, hey, we're
You
having.
know, I'm 24, and I must have been like 12 when I first saw the Higurashi anime.
Real quick, I will say we just got to the part where Satoshi gets taken into the hospital because he's at the terminal symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
Terminal 7, you could say.
To add to that, I watched those abridged series back in the day, and I'm like, huh, those were poorly dubbed.
I'm not 24, I'm
the English
26. What
voice
the hell am I
acting was
talking
also
about?
Good. Nope, they weren't. So
You just
Japanese all the
forgot
way.
2 years of your life.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Damn.
No, once you're hit 26, it's kind of a nothing year to the point where you forget.
Anyway, so, Nora, did you say everything you need to?
Oh yeah, that's me. What do you think, Paxel?
Yeah.
Axel joined for the first time today.
Yeah, so I'm curious.
I'm here. That was really
First
nice,
impressions of our little
That's
group.
some fucking solid voice acting coming from Kaneko. I don't know what names.
Hey, God,
Everyone says-
Rika, you should become a voice actor.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty solid. I'm new, so I got bias. I'm fucking ruthless when it comes to judging people. That's really good, though. Everybody should do really good. I'm surprised. Like, damn. Like, ooh. That was some double level shit.
Thanks, lesser me.
I will slap that. I go to your
Oh
fucking
yeah,
room.
they're technically brothers.
I hope you're ready for my shit tier voice acting, Paxel.
What the fuck? Okay.
So I'm gonna assume that's it. So we're gonna be skipping.
Wait, what
SDB,
was
do you want
that?
to be skipped, or do you want to still like take?
Think you're
turns?
safe because you're having an emotional moment? Fuck you.
What was that?
What,
Hey,
Ruben, why
I
did you
don't know.
just scream?
I ran to his room and just
I can't
busted
believe
the door
Ruben
open.
became the Joker 2019 live on stream.
What, is it just a picture of Oishi in a dress? Is that funny?
Jesus.
Well, it is. But
Apparently,
It is
Paxel
them.
barged into his
Jesus,
room.
spent hours
tap
on that
dancing
edit.
Christ.
I just
So,
kicked the door
Paxel,
open and he
is that
fucking
like Paxel? Is that all you had to say?
I'm actually surprised. This is really, really nice and like wholesome and nice.
Thanks.
I haven't been any part of this in a while.
Well, I mean, like,
100
there's
Reddit
literally
moments.
a clip of me yelling "MILF alert," so like,
I hope
it
we'll
doesn't
do
get
a
too
bit.
wholesome.
I hope we'll do a bit better next time. In terms of the voice acting stuff, I mean.
That's
That was
you
really
guys are really
fucking
good.
Yeah, as I say, like my first big like I think my role will be like I won't have to damage my throat until like a certain part. So I'm good for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do some pretty.
If you want to
some
refer
growls
to the, if
over
you
there,
want to refer
damn.
to the chart, AC is only gonna have one role for a really long time.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I mean
that's
that role
fucking
is there
right.
a lot. Like he's
that's
a
true.
main character. So yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, me.
All right. Anyway, hey, we've hit like the last couple ones, so we're gonna
Alright.
fucking get there real
So,
soon.
Paxel, you're done, right? If we move on to the next person.
Oh yeah, we're done. I'm done.
Simba.
Okay, really good.
SDB, do
proud
you
of
still
you.
want to be skipped, or do you want to get a word in?
I guess not. Okay, Sim,
Okay,
go
cool.
ahead.
Sim, go ahead.
was pretty good. The pacing was fucking atrocious in some places, though.
Yep.
Yep.
No arguments.
I agree.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Especially episode 5.
That it?
Is that all
Yeah.
you have to say?
It's like midnight. I'm really tired.
That's fair.
That's-
Y'all are free to talk
yeah,
amongst
that's
yourselves
definitely
now because I guess
understandable.
we're out of people.
All right. So, for
Why
editing's
didn't
sake,
you want to say anything, SDB?
I think
Editing,
he's
I'm
doing
good at
something
editing.
else right now.
you might be doing something else.
Yeah, he's
That being
also
said,
he's kind of busy
editing-
doing a lot of these.
For editing's sake,
Fair.
I will
Right
actually
now.
make this its own part because
Here?
exclusively I want to have a good after credits thing. I would like to thank anyone who had stayed and maybe watched each part of these to the fucking point. Thank you very much, even if it's maybe one or two people. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a fucking blast. I will cut back in once we get to the last fragment that Orange is going through.
I
Thank you
certainly
so
hope
much.
that I will be able to call upon the forces of Umineko Twitter to hopefully get us a little bit more traction during the reading that I'm sure everybody wants to get to.
Thank you very much for watching our reading of Higurashi no Nakokoro ni Matsuri Bayashi. Please continue to watch us as we read Umineko no Nakokoro ni. Further Ryukishi's 7 works along with other fun and cute games.